we cut across to breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Japan and China. In fact, the visit to Japan is bilateral, while the visit to China is to participate in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting, that is the SCO meeting. Prime Minister Modi will arrive in Japan on the 30th of August. He will take part in the India-Japan Annual Summit with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Prime Minister Modi will also attend the SCO Summit that will be held in Tianjin in China. That is from the 31st of August till the 1st of September. This will be his first visit to China since 2019. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in that very important visit that is slated to come at the end of this month, where he will be visiting Japan and China. In fact, like we said, that the visit to Japan is bilateral, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be meeting his counterpart, while the visit to China is to participate in the SCO meeting. Let me get further details from my colleague Pranay Upadhyay, who's gathering more on how this visit is being planned. Pranay.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all scheduled to, visit Tianjin, which is the host city for the SCO Summit, Shanghai Cooperation Organization in China. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to visit Tianjin for the SCO Summit, where the Chinese President will also be there. The Russian President Vladimir Putin is also likely to be there, along with the, expected to be the presence of Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. So in all likelihood, this is going to be a very important visit. But when you know that whenever Prime Minister travels for any foreign visit, he try and club the regional destinations as well. So there is a likelihood of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Japan as well before going to China. And this meeting comes at a very important and a very crucial juncture, because at a time when President Donald Trump is making a lot of noises about India's alliance and India's partnership with Russia, in the way be it BRICS or be it the other organizations where India is partnering with other countries. So India has been a prominent voice for multipolarity of the world, interest-based alliances and the multipolarity of the global order. Definitely Prime Minister Modi is likely to be there in Tianjin for the SCO Summit. Also, Prime Minister is scheduled to visit Japan as well, which is an important partner for the Quad for India's partnership. So in the eastern part of the world, when Prime Minister travels, he will be these two will be very important destinations for Prime Minister Modi's visit. On all likelihood, later this month, 31st of August to 3rd of September are the dates for the SCO Summit, where Prime Minister will be participating, and this China visit will be coming at a time, this will be the first visit post Galwan incident and the chill in India-China relation. So now both countries are trying to manage this relationship and to normalize the relationship. But the first leadership level interaction between these two leaders on the Chinese soil will be happening only after 2018, because at that point of time Prime Minister Modi visited Wuhan for the summit, for the informal summit between China Prime Minister Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping. And after that, in 2019, the Chinese President visited Mahabalipuram for an informal summit. But thereafter, COVID happened, and also the Galwan incident happened, and we saw that what kind of bitter relationship we had during that period of time. So now, after the disengagement on the line of actual control and de-escalation, which is being planned and which is being worked out by both the sides, now Prime Minister's visit is likely to have the longer impact on India-China relationship.
Oh yes, absolutely, Pranay. It would be very interesting to watch how this visit shapes up. Piyush is also joining us on the broadcast with further details of what's lined up as a part of this visit. Japan first, then China, and would of course be keenly watching what happens as a part of the China visit, because a bilateral that has not been stated so far, but what's expected?
Well, yes, like you rightly mentioned, that bilateral has not been slated, but yes, it's going to be a multilateral visit where multiple countries will also be a part of Shanghai Cooperation. Remember that Prime Minister will be visiting to Japan for bilateral bilateral agreements between both the countries. But in China, it's going to be multilateral, and this is the first visit after the 7 years to China. Remember that Prime Minister last visited in 2019, and after that he's now going to China. But there will be no bilateral. That's what we have been told. But yes, it is going to be very crucial visit where there will be state heads of various countries who are part of this entire organization in China. As far as Japan is concerned, there could be discussion on bullet train or also on semiconductors. That's what we have been told. And Japan visit was being discussed in the top quarters and PMO for the last many days. And now finally it has been finalized. In the end of this month, the Prime Minister will be going to Japan, where various decisions are going to be taken during the bilateral meeting. But as far as the Prime Minister's visit to China is concerned, it's going to be multilateral. And we remember that it was a Defense Minister Rajnath Singh who had also visited to China for this same summit which is going on in China. But yes, Prime Minister's visit to China after 7 years marks a lot of importance because this visit is taking place after the Galwan clash, and also this visit is taking place amidst the kind of tariff war which is going on, where Trump is not only imposing tariff on China but also on India. He is also talking about the economies of Russia and India. In fact, he has gone on to say that he's going to impose more tariff as India is buying more oil from China and profiting from Russia and profiting out of it. So there are multiple claims. Those are now coming in from Trump. But amidst all these things, Prime Minister's visit to China is going to be very important, very crucial. We'll have to wait and watch what kind of discussions take place when these visits take place.
Oh yes, and we will keep a very close eye and continue to update our viewers on every single detail that comes in. Pranay and Piyush, I want to thank you at the moment for getting us the latest.